I first shared these coffee cake cookies almost a year and a half ago, and I made them again the other day, and I feel like you guys need to see them again. These coffee cake cookies were originally part of my series for cookies inspired by TV shows and movies, and these were of course for Gilmore Girls, and they're seriously one of my favorite cookies that I've ever made, still to this day. We start by making a soft cinnamon dough, and then we make a cinnamon crumble that we're going to put on top. And it's easiest to mix this with your hands, or you can use a stand mixer. Then flatten the dough and top with a crumble, and then bake, and then top with a simple icing. And you've got the perfect coffee cake cookies. If you haven't tried these yet, you've got to try them. For day 9 of my 12 days of Thanksgiving recipes, we are making apple blondie cheesecake bars that are a dream. We'll start by making the apple blondie base, which has brown butter, so you already know it's going to be good. Once we mix in our eggs one at a time and the vanilla, add the dry ingredients until you have this smooth batter. Add lots of chopped apples, then transfer it to a lined baking dish, and try not to eat too much of the dough, but it's so good. While that is baking and cooling, we'll make the cheesecake part, which is cream cheese, sugar, vanilla, cinnamon, and then we're going to fold in heavy whipping cream that's been whipped to stiff peaks. Dump the cheesecake mixture onto your cooled apple blondies, and then once that sets up, you've got beautiful apple blondie cheesecake bars. We'll top them with a brown butter maple icing, and that's it. Enjoy!
So the first thing that I made in my new kitchen is this creamy, dreamy Alfredo that comes together in under 30 minutes. Basically, if you love your home to smell like garlic and Parmesan, then make this. First thing we're going to do is melt down our butter, add the garlic, saute it, then add heavy cream, salt, black pepper, Italian seasoning, and just a dash of nutmeg. For my favorite part, we're going to make it rain Parmesan and then add in some cream cheese, which I was very skeptical about, but then I tried it and I get it. Once the pasta is cooked to perfection, toss it in the sauce along with tons of fresh parsley. Mix that all together, and of course, don't forget to add more cheese on top, and our last step is to enjoy.
Ladies, do you want to be a wife? If you answered yes, this is how you do it. This is my Cajun pasta recipe, and I guarantee you it will get a ring on your finger. Start off by boiling your pasta, and then you're going to dice up half an onion, mince up 3 cloves of garlic, set them aside, and then we're going to chop up our sausage. Now here I'm using smoked sausage, but you can feel free to use andouille sausage if you would like. Cut them up into bite-sized chunks and then set them off to the side. Now this is totally optional, but I'm gonna go ahead and prep and season some shrimp. You can totally substitute it for some other protein like chicken, but I like seafood, so I'm gonna go with shrimp. You're gonna season your protein with some garlic salt, some Tony's, garlic powder, chili powder, and paprika. Splash a little bit of olive oil, and then you're going to mix it all together, making sure that every piece of protein is coated. In a pot, you're going to place a half a stick of butter and 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and you're going to cook down your protein, starting with your sausage. You're going to brown the outside. Once it's browned, you're going to take it out and put it in a separate bowl, and then you're going to throw in your shrimp or your other protein, whatever it may be. Cook it down, take it out, and put it in another bowl as well. After you've cooked down your protein, you're going to saute your onions and garlic. Saute them down until they're soft and aromatic, and then you're going to go ahead and throw in some sun-dried tomatoes and some roasted peppers. This is definitely optional, but I'm telling you, it tastes way better. A tablespoon of flour for thickening. You're going to cook it down with the onions, and then you're going to throw in 2 cups of heavy cream. Give it a good mix in the pot. Then you're going to add 3 cups of Parmesan cheese. Now this part is very important in getting the correct consistency of the sauce, but you're going to stir and stir and stir, and you're going to keep stirring, and you're not going to want to stop stirring, because if you stop, the heavy cream and the Parmesan cheese will start to separate. Now you're going to want to season your sauce, and whatever you season it is completely up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and use the green Latifah and the Creole Daddy from my seasoning line to season my sauce. Go ahead and drain your pasta, and now we're going to mix everything all together. So here I'm layering my pasta, then my proteins, and now we're going to just pour the sauce all over it and give it a good mix, making sure that every little bit of the noodles and the protein are covered in the sauce. Once everything's mixed together, you are done. And I promise you, if this does not get a ring on your finger, it'll at least make him want to be around you more. Because you know what they say, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Out of every single recipe I've posted in the past 2 years, this pasta seems to be people's favourite. So here's how you make it. 300 grams of seasoned chicken breast, then 100 grams of pasta. Once your chicken's cooked through, add in 350 ml of chicken stock. When your pasta's slightly undercooked, fire it in too, and then simmer that for 10 minutes on a low heat. Once it's ready, you're going to add in a block of lightest Philadelphia, then 20 grams of light cheese, and that's you sorted. This makes 2 portions with about 520 calories in each. For more recipes like this, make sure to hit follow.
Regular oatmeal is good, but baked oatmeal is next level. This literally tastes like brownies. You need coconut milk, maple syrup, peanut butter, and vanilla. And for the dry ingredients, you need oats, cocoa, flax, baking powder, and salt. Mix well, then add in dark chocolate chips. Pour the oatmeal into a baking pan and bake for 40 minutes. This is vegan, gluten-free, and is made in one bowl. You're never gonna want to eat oatmeal any other way. Follow for more vegan recipes.
This was my first time making homemade falafel, and I was truly amazed at how fresh and flavorful it came out. The first step is the most important. You need to soak your chickpeas in water for at least 8 hours. So you need to plan ahead for this one. Whatever you do, do not use canned chickpeas. They will not work for this recipe. Once you have drained the soaked chickpeas, add them to a food processor with the onion, parsley, cilantro, garlic, cumin, coriander, cayenne, salt and pepper, and baking powder. Process until the mixture has a consistency that holds together when you squeeze it with your hands. Then pop it into the refrigerator for at least an hour. Listen, no one said making good falafel would be a fast process. Now you need to prepare your saucepan. Add about 3 inches of vegetable oil in it and heat to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Drop the falafel balls into the oil and cook for about 2 minutes until each one has turned nice and golden. Serve with pita, diced tomatoes, cucumber, and tahini, and enjoy.